Hi, this is Alex. This video is to show our BPO partners how to capture a lead and produce a proposal and qualify that lead. You all know that any material provide is copyrighted and is to be used only in conjunction with SOLARIT lead gen. So without any delay, let's get started. In your instruction, you know how to get to this program after logging into your admin and then invoking the lead generation program. So your agents will have this software displayed on their terminal. The second that your dialer connects to a customer, you will have the customer's information that you are connected to or your agent is connected to on your monitor, whether the second monitor or the same monitor. And we will suggest that your agent copy and paste that information into the screen. So let's say you connected to Jack Smith. Of course, we have supplied you a sample script, which we would like you to use or modify it and use any other portion or version of it that you like. But we want to suggest that the opening pitch has to be very short, to the point, and avoid asking how the customer is doing and avoid spending too much time on introducing yourself and so on. So a sample pitch that we have suggested that we feel works better is, hi, this is Alex. Reason for my call is to inform you that better electric rates are available in your zip code. This is not a sales call. We are not collecting any information. If you share with us how much you're spending per month for your electricity, I can tell you what your new rates will be. Simple as that. Does that interest you, Mr. Customer? And if the customer still is listening to you, they may, of course, ask questions like, who are you, where are you calling from? And in our script, we have given you some guidelines as to how to rebuttal that. And so you memorize that and use that. We're not going to cover it on this video. The second thing that we want you to do is make sure that you record or input the number that the dialer has connected to or you have dialed. So at this point, you are beyond your opening pitch. The customer is still on the phone with you. So you can ask the customer, well, Mr. Smith, could you tell me your zip code, please? And as soon as the customer gives you the zip code, our software would display a series of information for you. It is most important that you establish credibility with the consumer you're talking to. People in the United States get multiple phone calls per day, telemarketing phone calls, and mostly scam calls. So they have very little patience and almost no trust. And the way you establish credibility and you establish trust is to come across as an informed person, someone who is not after collecting information, but is for giving information, valuable information to the customer. You basically are going to give information that the customer is going to learn from, and therefore, if it is important to them, they're going to stay on the phone with you and hopefully make an appointment with you. So the information that we provide just based on the zip code are as follows, and we want you to share with the consumer in this manner. Well, Mr. Smith, your house is in San Francisco. You know, your house gets over 1,500 hours of sun every year, and you can take that sun's energy and turn it into renewable energy, electricity, at much lower cost than what you're paying your power company. Right now, you're paying an average 27 cents a kilowatt hour. Kilowatt hour is unit of measure for electricity. Again, if you have to rewind this and listen to it again, it is, your house is in San Francisco. Your house gets over 1,500 hours of sun every year. And Mr. Smith, you know that you can turn that sun, that energy, into electricity that you can use for much better rates than you are paying your electric company. And today, your average electric rate is about 27 cents a kilowatt hour. So by saying that, you have got the consumer's attention. So now you can just move on and ask, could you share with me what you're paying every month on an average? And I can tell you what your savings would be. So as soon as the customer, for example, tells you $200 a month, our software will display several figures for you. What are these figures? These are based on, these are based on inflationary rates that Mr. Smith's power company has had in the past 11 years. So every single 700 power companies in the United States have increased their rates over the past decade. SOLARIT keeps track of 11 years of historical rates information for every single power company in the United States. So when we have a zip code, we know how much that electric company has raised rates, and we calculate that average and project what the customer is going to pay in the future. So what we want you to do is now turn the focus of the customer and educate them that the $200 is not going to be just $200, that their $200 in 3 years is going to be about $250, and $288, close to $300 in 5 years. And in 10 years, it's over $400, doubled, over doubled. So you're going to say, well, Mr. Smith, based on your electric company's past rate increases, you're going to be paying close to $250 in 3 years, not $200 a month. And in 5 years, it's going to be close to $300. In 10 years, it's going to be over $400. And now, if you turn into renewable energy, into solar energy, it is going to be $90, and that $90 does not change. So this Mr. Smith can put solar panels on his roof without paying us a dime. And instead of paying $200 today, $250 in 3 years, $400 in 10 years, or $1,200 in 25 years, he could just be paying $90 a month. And that's what you want to tell the customer. And just put yourself in a customer's position. Somebody calls you up and says, dear sir, you spending so much on your electricity today, and this rate is going to continue going up in the next 3, 5, 10, 20 years. And this is how much you're going to be spending then. We're not asking you to pay us a dime. We're going to come and put solar panel on your roof, and we're going to turn this huge monthly bill into a constant, a fixed rate of $90 a month. How many of you would be interested in that? And that's the conversation, a heart-to-heart conversation you need to have with the consumer. There's no BS, it's just factual information. And if you are talking to a customer who is reasonable, they will be interested. Now, at this point, if the customer is still listening to you, we want you to qualify the lead. And how do you qualify the lead? Very simple questions. Mr. Smith, I can send you this in writing so that you have a proposal with all the information, so you know that this is not just word and conversation. So you have all the information, all your options in a form of a written proposal, both text and email to you. But before I do that, I need to ask a couple of qualifying questions without personal information. One, do you own your home? Is it a single family home? If the answer is yes, you continue. Mr. Smith, US government pays 30% of tax incentive to people who switch from fossil fuel electricity or regular electricity to solar energy or renewable energy. In order to qualify for that US government rebate, you need to be paying income taxes. We don't want to know how much you're paying, but do you have tax liability every year? Do you pay income taxes every year? And if the answer is yes, you continue. If the answer is no, that means that they don't really have an income. They're not going to qualify for a loan for solar. We don't want those customers. So if the answer is yes, you click on this button and you have the customer's information. Make sure that this is the customer's cell phone. Do not record home phone. People that don't give you their cell phone are not going to keep their appointment. It is our experience. Over 99% of people that give you their home phone number, not cell phone number, number one, they don't receive the proposal. Number two, they do not answer the home phone. So at this point, you have to confirm, Mr. Smith, is this your cell phone number? Because as soon as I click this button, it's going to send you a text message. Within that text message, there is a link that ties into our proposal system and shows you the proposal. So make sure you get the customers okay to receive a text message and that this is their cell phone number. Then you say, well, Mr. Smith, I need to have your valid email because we're also going to email this to you. And if the customer is not giving you an email, we don't want that customer. Only serious customers are going to give you the email. Then you can say, Mr. Smith, this is only going to be used for the purpose of sending you this link. We are not going to bombard you with any type of marketing emails. Your email is not going to be shared. So a valid email, our software checks for valid email. And so you enter the valid email and you press this button. As soon as you press that, the customer is going to receive an email with a link to their proposal and also a text message to their cell phone that contains a link to our proposal for the customer. All you have to do at this point, two things before you hang up. One is you need to confirm that the customer received the text if they're on their cell phone, or if they received an email. Do not just say thank you and goodbye or what have you, but you need to confirm that they received their proposal. Number two is qualifying question is, well, Mr. Customer, does this interest you for me to book an appointment with an energy consultant, licensed energy consultant that can answer all your questions and discuss all your options? So this is the closing pitch. You want to ask the customer if they want to have this appointment. We have some agents that are more experienced agents and they just walk right into it and they don't even give the customer a choice. Both methods are totally acceptable to us. So the second method is without asking and say, well, Mr. Smith, not that you're interested, so you just assume that Mr. Smith is interested. Not that this interests you, let me actually make an appointment. It's a free phone call. You're going to receive a phone call from our consultant who can discuss all your options and give you more detail and answer any questions that you may have. And if the Mr. Smith is agreeable to that, then you click this button and we will cover that on the next video. Thank you so much for your time.